Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode where we dive into all the latest action from the Toro Tour. We're coming to you from Villa Padierna Golf Alferini course, where the competition is heating up after 2 rounds. The leaderboard is tight, with Charlie Croker leading, followed closely by Ronan Mullarney at +3. Today, we'll break down the biggest performances, the toughest challenges, and what to expect heading into the final round. Who's making a charge? Who's falling back? And who has the best shot at the win? Stick with us as we dive into the Toro Tour action. Let's get into it.
Today on the Toro Tour, the weather was blowing a gale. I saw a clip and it looked really wild, untypical of the southern coast of Spain. Challenging for everybody.
The conditions today were anything but typical for the Toro Tour. That wind was absolutely brutal. Just looking at some clips, you could see how tough it was for players to control their shots. For a course like Villa Padierna Golf Alferini, which demands precision, those strong winds made things even tougher. I bet approach shots were getting knocked around, and club selection must have been a nightmare. It's not what you'd normally expect from the Costa del Sol, right? Usually we think of sunshine and calm conditions, but today was a real battle against the elements. Did you catch any moments that stood out to you from the Irish golfers?
Yeah, well,
Like they were having a serious fight with the wind.
yeah, absolutely, it did. And what stood out to me was that Ronan Mullarney was the only golfer on the Toro Tour today to shoot level par. So credit to Ronan, and that moved him up into second position.
Yeah, that was a huge round from Ronan Mullarney. Shooting level par in those brutal conditions is seriously impressive. Probably one of the best rounds we've seen on the Toro Tour this season. While others were struggling with the wind, he kept his game steady and climbed into second place at +3, 149 total. That round really speaks to his ability to control ball flight, make smart decisions, and handle pressure. When the conditions get tough, the mentally strong players rise to the top. Today, Mullarney showed exactly why he's a contender. What do you think? Does this put him in a strong position to challenge Charlie Croker for the win tomorrow? Or do you see someone else making a surprise move?
What impressed me about Ronan's round today was back-to-back birdies. He did it on the 5th and the 6th, and he did it again on the 12th and the 13th, which was really impressive. And that allowed him to shoot level par. It was pretty mixed scoring from everybody else I looked at in depth. Charlie Croker, yeah, he had a bit of bad luck. He started with par, bogey, par, bogey. Got it back on track with a birdie on the 8th and another bogey on the 9th. Also featuring a double bogey on the 11th and then back-to-back birdies. And was unlucky to finish on the 18th with a 5 on the par 4. So yeah, I think these two are going to be the guys in contention tomorrow. Certainly Ronan Mullarney bringing in the form with his level par round. So fair play to Ronan.
Ronan Mullarney really showed his class today. Those back-to-back birdies on 5 and 6, and again on 12 and 13, were exactly what he needed to stay steady in such tough conditions. That ability to bounce back and capitalize on scoring chances was the difference maker. As for Charlie Croker, you're right, his round was a real grind. He had some bad luck early, got momentum back with that birdie on 8, but the double on 11 set him back. Still, credit to him for fighting back with those back-to-back birdies, even if the closing bogey on 18 was a frustrating way to finish. Looking ahead to tomorrow's final round, it's shaping up to be a battle between Mullarney's momentum and Croker's resilience. If the wind sticks around, it might just favor Mullarney, who proved today he can handle the elements better than anyone. Do you think Croker has the mental game to bounce back and hold on to his lead? Or is this now Mullarney's tournament to lose?
We're not too sure yet. Aussi, il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui m'impresse aujourd'hui, c'est Théo Brizard, qui vient de France. Et lui, il marque un eagle, un 3, sur le 4e trou. Et aussi un autre eagle dans le 13e trou. Et avec un birdie dans le 10e et le 12e aussi. So, courage Théo. Toi aussi, tu as marqué un bon score aujourd'hui avec +1. pour le 18. So, ouais, courage aussi demain, monsieur. Et, I'm sure that everybody will bring their best game tomorrow, and hopefully the wind will die down a little bit. Qu'est-ce que tu penses, Alex?
Yeah, Théo Brizard deserves a big shout out for that performance today. 2 eagles in 1 round. That's something special, especially in conditions where most players were just trying to hang on. That eagle on 4 must have been a huge confidence boost early on. And then to do it again on 13 shows he wasn't just playing safe, he was attacking when he had the chance. Adding in those birdies on 10 and 12, he really put together a strong round. Finishing at +1 for the day in this wind. That's right up there with one of the best scores of the round. If he keeps that aggressive mindset tomorrow, he could definitely make a push up the leaderboard. So now we've got Croker leading, Mullarney charging, and Brizard showing serious firepower. This final round could get really interesting. Do you think Brizard has an outside shot at sneaking into contention, or is it still a 2-horse race?
Ah ouais, absolument, absolument. Tu peux répondre en français aussi pour Monsieur Brizard. Allez.
Exactly, anything can happen tomorrow. With the way Théo Brizard played today, he's definitely not out of it. Those Eagles show he's got the confidence and the game to go low. So if he gets a good start, who knows? And with Mullarney's consistency and Croker's grit, it's all set up for an exciting final day. I think we're in for a great showdown. Maybe even a surprise twist if the conditions stay tough. Who are you putting your money on for tomorrow? Or are you keeping it wide open?
My money's on Ronan Mullarney. And I'm also going to mention Liam Bentia out of Waregem Golf in Belgium. A man who also shot an eagle on the 12th hole today.
With Ronan Mullarney. He's definitely got the momentum and seems to thrive under these tough conditions. If he can keep that steady play and knock in a few birdies like today, he's got a real shot at taking it. And Liam Bentin, good shout. He's quietly climbed the leaderboard with that strong round today, moving into T5. If he can keep that form tomorrow and put some early pressure on the leaders, he might surprise a few people. It's looking like a great battle ahead. Do you think Ronan will pull away? Or will we see a bit of a dogfight at the top?
I think that the weather's going to dictate a lot tomorrow. But one thing I'll be hoping for is, and we're going to switch to Alex Wenger now. Thank you very much, Aliv, for all of your work and research today on the Toro Tour. But as we were speaking to Alex last night about Elgin Michael, the young Irish golfer, we'll evaluate Elgin's round today and we'll have a little look. I was following in live, so this was pre-recorded from earlier. So yeah, please forgive us for that. Elgin finished with bogey, par, bogey. So yeah, she's another great round for the young man. He's still in tight 11th, so not completely out of contention for a top 5 finish even, you know. If the winds blow again tomorrow, we'll see what happens. So yeah, here's a little recording from earlier when we were following Elgin's round live this morning.
Great to hear, David. Go ahead and bring me up to speed. What's been happening?
Well, I woke up early this morning to check out how things were going in Spain for all the Irish competitors, mainly for Elgin Michael, the young golfer we spoke about it in our show last night.
David, I can only imagine the excitement checking in on Elgin Michael and the other Irish competitors down in Spain. So how's he getting on? Is he keeping up the momentum, or has anything interesting unfolded?
He certainly is keeping up the momentum. He's on the 14th hole today. A rough start for him, but he's just gone par, birdie, par on 12, 13, 14.
It sounds like he's digging deep to keep the momentum going despite a rough start. That resilience is what separates the good from the great, especially at his age. How's he doing on the 14th? Has he managed to steady the ship and get things back on track?
He has. He's just struck a par there. He's on the 15th hole now. And looking at the rest of the field, let's give some context. Elgin is currently in 11th position. He's dropped 4 places today, unfortunately. It's a pretty difficult course. Ahead of him, he has some experienced golfers. He's narrowly behind Saudi golfer Shergo Al-Kurdi. I see a Belgian in the ranks there, Liam Bentin. I see Oliver Brightman from the UK, Théo Brizard.
Wow, it sounds like Elgin's holding his own, even on a tough day. To be in 11th position at just 13 years old, especially on a course as challenging as Alferini, is remarkable. It's always going to be a grind out there when you're competing with such an international field. You've got players like Liam Benton from Belgium in the mix. These golfers know how to navigate courses like this. What's even more impressive is how Elgin is staying focused and managing to recover after a tough start. That par on the 14th is a great sign he's settling in. The way he's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he climbs back into the top 10 by the end of his round. David, what's your take? Do you think he's got the momentum to finish strong today?
Well, it would be something special if he could claw back into the top 10. That would show the resolve and the determination we expect from seasoned pros, and we can only comment with admiration when we see it from such a young man. Elgin Michael is not the only Irish athlete today. Ronan Mullarney is sitting at +3 in third position. It's a great result. If he can finish strongly, then...
Absolutely, David. It would be special to see that kind of determination and grit from a 13-year-old on a stage this big. Just shows he's got the mindset of a seasoned pro, clawing back into the top 10 after a challenging start. That's the kind of mental toughness we always talk about here. Watching a young man like Elgin step up, hold his ground and fight through adversity is inspiring for golfers of all ages. Regardless of where he finishes, he's already made a statement this week. David, do you think this is the start of something bigger for Elgin? Could this be the tournament that puts him on the radar for a much wider audience?
I'm sure he'll gain a few more after these scores. So, Alex, what do you know about the Heritage Golf Club in Meath? I've never been there myself. Can you tell us a little bit about the Heritage? I believe it's one of Ireland's finest courses.
Absolutely, David. The Heritage Golf Club is indeed one of Ireland's premier courses. Designed by Ballesteros and Jeff Howes, it opened in 2004 and has since become a favourite among golfers. The course features 2 loops of 9 holes, each offering unique challenges and scenic views. It's known for its strategic layout, with water hazards and bunkers that test every aspect of a golfer's game. The Heritage has hosted several prestigious tournaments, including the Irish Open, showcasing its quality and reputation in the golfing world. It's no surprise that Elgin Michael calls this course his home. It provides an excellent environment for nurturing young talent. Heritage Golf Club is one of only a handful of courses designed by the legendary Ballesteros. His influence is evident in the course's layout, which challenges players to think strategically. You can see that reflected in how the course rewards precision and imagination. It's a real gem in Irish golf, and having it as a home course for Elgin Michael is a massive advantage. Learning to navigate a course with signature challenges must have done wonders for developing his game. David, doesn't it add an extra layer of inspiration knowing Elgin is training on a course connected to one of golf's all-time greats?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like he's being shaped by one of the greats before he's even stepped onto the professional stage. It just makes everything he's achieving more remarkable, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I'm going to keep following Elgin for the next hour or two while he finishes up his round. He should be
and rightly so, David. Elgin's journey is worth following, not just for the results now, but for the incredible potential he's showing for the future. Watching him grow and seeing where his talent takes him, it's going to be an exciting story to track. I think we're all rooting for him to keep pushing boundaries. This is only the beginning of a remarkable career. Keep an eye on him, David. This young man is going places.